We all know that exercising is good for our health. Getting off the couch and onto the treadmill strengthens our muscles, increases blood flow, and gives us energy and burns fat. But do you know that exercising can also strengthen our brain, particularly our memories? By starting off, I want to tell an experience I encountered that led me to do this research. So by the start of the school year, I was loaded with classes, facing so many assignments coming at the same time, but I just can't focus and have no motivation to get work done. So every day is exhausting, yet unproductive. So until one day my mom brings me out for a short run, everything has changed. So after coming home, I feel an immediate mood boost, and I discover that I can focus longer and better. Then I started to exercise regularly, and in fact, I started to get higher grades and I feel energetic every day, and most importantly, I can remember things better. At the time, I was taking psychology and had just learned that our attention and memory is actually controlled by our prefrontal cortex and hippocampus in our brain. So I started to thinking, maybe exercise has a profound positive effects on our brains. So without further ado, I started trying to solidify my hypothesis. So I gathered 3 groups of participants, 3 in each group, in total 9 people, and each is given the same set of words. The first group did a somewhat strenuous 20-minute workout before the test, and the second group did the same set of the exercise but after the test, and the last group is our control group who did not do any exercise at all. So I made all the participants to free recall what they have heard immediately after the test, 3 hours after the test, and 24 hours after the test. So those in the first group who had workout before the test were able to recall the most words. This suggests that exercise may improve long-term memories. That is, the ability to recall from anything more than just seconds ago. So, according to researchers, this is because when you exercise, your brain releases neurotransmitters like dopamine and noradrenalines that help your brain consolidate memories. Exercising also releases hormones that reduce inflammation and insulin resistance, as well as stimulating the growth of cells and blood vessels in your brain, making it stronger. It actually produces new brain cells in the hippocampus through a process of neurogenesis, increases its volume as well as long-term memories. In fact, our hippocampus shrinks 1 to 2% as our age increases. So with higher rate of neurogenesis, your hippocampus and prefrontal cortex become bigger and delay in its shrinking rates. Additionally, exercise has protective effects on our brain, since hippocampus and prefrontal cortex are the 2 areas that are most susceptible to neuron diseases. With more exercises, those 2 parts of your brain get stronger and stronger, making them more resistant to attack from diseases, thus decreasing the chance of getting those. The tricky thing with the data is that the group of people who exercised after the test got similar result than those who did not exercise at all. So here we come to a question. Does the time matter? And when is the best time to exercise? So there's not much scientific evidence to support this, but in my opinion, do it in the first thing in the morning will be most beneficial because it is increasing neuron transmitters, all of those growth factors at a time before you need to use your brain to learn and to remember. So most of us are not required to use our brain after we go home at late night. So my recommendation is always to maximize the effects of an exercise of your daily cognitive functions. So do it first thing in the morning. However, the key to unlock these benefits is regularities. And that is the finish of my presentation. And now, get off your chair and start to exercise.